shocked. Jungkook does the unexpected in public. Hello ARMY. In a world filled with noise, sometimes the quietest moments speak the loudest. It was an ordinary evening in Seoul, the city pulsed with its usual rhythm. Cars passed by, neon signs flickered to life, and busy pedestrians rushed home after a long day's work. To most, it was just another weekday. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing remarkable. Just life, flowing on. But for one passerby who happened to have their phone camera ready, and for millions of fans who later watched the video, this ordinary evening would become etched in memory. Because in the middle of that busy, indifferent crowd, a quiet act of kindness unfolded. A moment so genuine, so raw, and so unexpectedly moving, that it reminded the world of the power of humility. That figure in the black hoodie, walking alone, unnoticed by most, was Jungkook. Not the Jungkook on stage. Not the polished idol with perfectly styled hair, dazzling outfits, and choreographed perfection. But Jungkook, the human being. The young man from Busan who once dreamt quietly of becoming someone worth remembering. And in that single moment, he became unforgettable for a reason no award or performance could ever match. Who is Jungkook without the spotlight? Jungkook, Golden Maknae, global pop star, the youngest member of BTS. A name known across continents. A face plastered on billboards from New York to Tokyo. A voice that's racked up billions of streams and ignited stadiums of screaming fans. But behind that glittering reputation lies something far deeper, far more beautiful, his heart. Born in Busan, he grew up not with dreams of stardom, but with a deep desire to make his family proud. He was shy. Soft-spoken. A boy who learned by watching, listening, observing the world more than speaking into it. From a young age, he was drawn to the raw sincerity of human emotion. Not performance, but presence. Even after he debuted, and BTS rose to become a global phenomenon, Jungkook never lost that childlike sensitivity. That deep, unshakable empathy that comes only from truly seeing people, not as fans, not as an audience, but as individuals with stories, struggles, and dignity. The street, the stranger, and the moment. That day in Seoul, Jungkook wasn't there for a photo shoot or media appearance. He was simply walking. Alone. Without security. Without announcement. Just a hoodie, cap, and mask, almost invisible to the crowd. Until he saw him. An elderly man, frail, bent with age, struggling to carry 2 oversized plastic bags filled with recyclables. His steps were slow. Shaky. The kind of image most people see every day in a city and walk right past. But Jungkook didn't. He stopped. He watched. And then he moved, with quiet purpose. Without words, without a second thought, Jungkook approached the man, gently extended his arm, and offered to help. What happened next wasn't dramatic. It wasn't staged. It was painfully, beautifully simple. He took the bags, held them with care, and walked beside the man, not in front of him, not leading him, but beside him. Matching his pace. Guiding him across the street, through the narrow alley, and to a small bench where the man could rest. Jungkook didn't talk much. He simply sat beside him for a moment. Nodded. Smiled gently. And then, after a deep bow, quietly left the scene. The internet reacts, a storm of emotions. A bystander captured the moment. A few minutes of grainy footage. No fanfare. No filters. Just a young man helping an old one. The video was uploaded online with the title, "I think I just saw Jungkook of BTS doing this?" And within hours, it exploded. Armies were stunned. Thousands flooded the comments, "This is the Jungkook I've always known. Not just talented, but good." He didn't do it for the camera. He did it because he's him. I'm crying. The world needs more people like him. News outlets picked it up. Twitter trends surged. #Jungkook kindness and #Golden Maknae heart took over global charts. Korean variety shows discussed the clip. International talk shows praised his character. Even UNICEF posted a tribute message: true leadership is shown in quiet moments. Thank you, Jungkook, for leading with your heart. Member reactions: the Brotherhood speaks. Behind every public figure lies a private circle, and for Jungkook, that's BTS. When the clip went viral, members were quick to respond. J-Hope posted on Instagram, "This is our Jungkookie. Always has been. Always will be." RM commented on Weverse, "We talk about making the world better. He does it." Even Jin, currently in the military, reportedly asked his manager to show him the clip. His response? "That kid never changes. I'm proud." This wasn't the first time. What many fans didn't realize was that this wasn't a one-time event. Throughout the years, Jungkook has been caught quietly donating to charities, visiting animal shelters, paying for a fan's hospital bill anonymously, and leaving notes of encouragement in coffee shops around Seoul. Once, during a winter storm, he stopped to give his scarf to a child who was shivering on the subway. Another time, he gave his food away to a hungry delivery worker. None of this was ever posted by him. None of it ever made headlines, until someone else noticed. Why this moment matters. In a world where social media is filled with performative kindness, Jungkook's act cut through the noise. It reminded fans that the heart of K-pop, at its best, isn't just about numbers or records. It's about connection, humanity, integrity. Jungkook showed that true greatness isn't about being seen. It's about seeing others. And in that short moment, he saw someone invisible to the world, and made him feel worthy again. What the elderly man said later. Later, the elderly man was tracked down by a local journalist. When shown the video and told who Jungkook was, he chuckled gently and said, "I didn't know he was famous. I only knew he was kind. He didn't treat me like I was useless. He treated me like I mattered." And with tears in his eyes, he added, "Maybe that's what real stars do. They shine light on people who feel forgotten." The legacy of a small act. Jungkook returned home that day without any idea that his small gesture had changed someone's life, or the world's perception of him. He didn't expect praise. He didn't want recognition. But what he gave was far greater, a reminder that every day, we all have the power to be kind. To stop. To notice. To act. Just like he did. This is Jungkook, not just the performer. Not just the idol. But the man who believes that no moment is too small for love. No person is too insignificant to be respected. So if you ever wonder what it means to be a true star, don't just look at the stage. Look at the streets. Look at the quiet acts done without applause. Because sometimes, the brightest lights aren't the ones under spotlights. They're the ones who, in the darkest corners of the world, extend a hand and bring warmth where it's most needed. Thank you, Jungkook, for reminding us humanity is still alive. And love, in its purest form, can still be found in the simplest of actions.